Hi, all, and welcome to episode 35 of Plain Speaking Sanjiv. Several episodes ago, I had spoken to you about the concept of MISI, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive communications, and I had suggested that a course in computer programming would be very helpful in teaching logic and structure in communicating to others. Even though computer programming is, of course, computer language, the discipline it puts into structured thinking is very useful. It's very powerful, and I recommend it for everybody who's not taken a course to take a computer course. The feedback I got on that session was very positive. People said it's such a obvious logical thing to suggest. I wonder why we hadn't thought of that before. And I tell my own kids as well, please take computer programming classes and learn how to structure your thinking logically. Today I want to speak about another aspect of communication, which is to keep it simple. It is not sufficient to just have it structured or logical, but we must communicate in a manner which is easy to understand, using simple words, using short sentences, and speaking in a manner or writing in a manner where people can read it once and say, okay, I got it. This is what it says. Too often now we are seeing examples of communications coming out where you need to read the document 2 or 3 times and you still don't understand what it really says, and the clarifications need to be issued, and so on and so forth. Even people, this is not just in government, even in private companies and corporates, you'll see communications coming out which are fairly poorly written. It may cover the topics, but it's written using arcane language, arcane sentence structure, a vocabulary that hasn't been used or is not used by normal people in normal communications. Tense keeps changing from sentence to sentence. The form of speech keeps changing from sentence to sentence, from first person to second person to third person, and all over the place. And frankly, sometimes I read these documents and talk to the author and I say, look, when you speak to me, you're so logical, you're so straightforward, you're great in communicating when it's oral, when it's informal. So why does it become so stulted and so complicated and so hard to read when it's written? And I think it happens because people start becoming very formal when they're writing. They start thinking about, okay, how does an official document sound? And by putting too much thought into it, it comes out looking, all garbled. So my advice to all people who are communicating and writing is, you communicate, if you're good at communicating orally, verbally, and informally, write in the same manner. Don't get too formal about the fact that you're writing a formal document or a document that is going to be circulated. Write in simple English. Think in terms of how Enid Blyton writes, not in terms of how Shakespeare used to write. Write it in simple English. Make it easy to understand so that even your parents, your neighbor, your friend, your children can understand what this is, and just build on that. So again, the inspiration should be not Shakespeare when you're writing official communication. It should be Enid Blyton. It should be simple English, simple words, simple sentence structure, and easy for any layperson to understand what is it that is being communicated. So hope that is helpful, and talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.